Daniel Boone actually told the story of killing a 10-foot tall giant he called a Yahoo. Guys, I'm on my way to Norton, Virginia to check out some of the stories about the Woodbooger. And I'm right here on Route 58, which is a pretty busy road. I'm about 30 miles in from Norton. And I noticed this sign entering the town of Castlewood. And Castlewood was the home of Daniel Boone from 1773 to 1775. So Daniel Boone lived here. But it's funny that, you know, I'm going to go check out the Woodbooger. Daniel Boone had his own story of killing a giant, what Daniel Boone called a Yahoo, that was 10 foot tall when he was in Kentucky. So the legend of the Woodbooger and the Yahoo and the Buckwas and Sasquatch and Bigfoot, they're all the same people. Some people called them wild men, but they're all the same creatures, humanoid beings. And I'm on the way to Norton to check out some of the stories about the Woodbooger. So I am here at the Woodbooger Grill in Norton, and I'm gonna get me a big burger before I go out searching around the area. And so this is a really cool spot. Thing I'm gonna do is take a bite of this jalapeno pepper they grilled up here. Very good. I'm gonna slice it up. Put it on the burger. This is the Texas burger. It looks really good. So after eating at the Woodbooger Grill, I drove down to Tacoma, which is east of Norton, and headed up this road towards the High Knob Recreation Area. And the High Knob Recreation Area has had a lot of sightings of Bigfoot throughout the years. And this dirt road is very remote, very cool. Let's check it out. I'll tell you what, it is an absolutely beautiful day, but these are some very remote woods on this dirt road. I think what I'm going to do is, let me get this sun glare off of me, but what I think I'm going to do is come back this evening, and as it's getting closer to dark and there's a trail that I can walk on back here, I'll have to park my car and walk on that for a little ways and check it out. But I want to go down this road tonight, right at dusk, a little bit after. So the reason they call it the Woodbooger out here in the Norton area and in Southwest Virginia is because it comes from the word boogeyman. And there were stories of children back in the 1700s being snatched up from this boogeyman that lived in the woods. And so they started calling him the Woodbooger. And so parents would tell their kids, don't stay out after dark because the Woodbooger will get you. I'm heading up here to the High Knob Observation Tower, and we're going to check out the views. Pretty nice. And at this elevation, it's like almost all the leaves are gone now, and but still beautiful, but you'll be able to see further. Pretty cool. So I headed back down off the High Knob observation tower, and then stopped on the way to the Flag Rock to look at these thick woods, and then I'm going to check out Flag Rock. So this is the Woodbooger statue, famous in Norton, and it sits up here near Flag Rock. So we're going to check this overlook out. So right here you are looking at Flag Rock and the town of Norton. And so after checking that out, I drove down off the mountain and just drove through Norton, checking the town out. It was really cool, but I wanted to kind of kill some time before I went back up as the sun was setting.
Where is the line between dreaming and feeling blue? It's 4 o'clock in the evening. I haven't left my room, but the truth is, if I'm honest, I feel stuck here in the middle. Am I one of those crazy people? Should I stay here or should I let go?
So it's getting to be dusk. Sun is setting, as you can see. And so I'm gonna head back up here and see if I can just see what I can see. You just never know. So in this high knob area that I'm in right now, there have been numerous Bigfoot sightings. And the gentleman is the head of the Virginia Bigfoot Research Organization. His last name is Dranginis. And in 1995, he was actually out hunting in Culpeper, which is, you know, a really good deer hunting area, when he and his 2 other buddies thought they saw something in the woods. They look over in a direction and they see this giant of a monster step out from behind a tree, and they pulled their guns, but they didn't shoot, thank goodness. And then from then on, he has been heading up the Virginia Bigfoot Research Organization. Now, I don't know if that's still going on or that group is still active. I'm not sure. But also close to here in Saltville, where they used to have the salt mines, which is probably maybe 45 minutes away, there's been a lot of Bigfoot sightings. And there's one story about this couple that bought some land so they could camp out in the wilderness remotely. And so the first night that they stayed, they started hearing some, noises and some big heavy footsteps. And so they got a little scared, so they said, well, we're gonna pack up. So they packed up and they headed out, and the only way you could get up there was on like an ATV. So they packed up everything, left the tent, and they started heading back home. And the husband turns around and looks, and he sees what he says is like an 8-foot creature standing there looking at him. So that's pretty crazy. So a lot of sightings in this area, a lot of history with the Native Americans in this area. And right now it is so quiet here. Guys, that's the weirdest sound. There's something going. Guys, I'm hearing the weirdest noise. I gotta get my camera to see if it picks anything up. I don't want to turn this off. And now it stopped. I kept hearing this. Some very heavy steps that way. I just heard some heavy steps up there where all this knocking was. Like it going, it was weird. It was like tick 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 tick. And then I heard a knock down that way. And I just heard a big step over here. There it is again, another heavy step. I keep hearing steps. Now I hear a car coming. So should be a car coming pretty soon. All right, I'm gonna head on down this road. But I hadn't heard anything for a few minutes, so I'm gonna go to another spot. I know that some of y'all are saying, now why would he be out driving, looking to see a woodbooger, you know, Bigfoot? But, and you know, what are the odds of that happening? It's probably the odds are not very good. But, you know, the thing is, if you don't go, you'll never see one. And like when I went to Willow Creek, California, I did see a Bigfoot. And my goal now is I want to capture one on film. So whenever I get a chance, I'm in an area where they've had a lot of sightings, I want to go check that area out. And that's why I'm out here doing it. It's a quest, it's a goal. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the Bigfoot that I saw on film in Willow Creek, but that was a great adventure. And if you want to check that video out, you need to do that, because it's a pretty good video and gives you a lot of history about Bigfoot. And you can see how freaked out I was when I did see the creature walking in the woods. All right, I'm gonna walk down here just a little ways, see what I can see. I'll tell you what worries me the most is people. I'm gonna walk back like this. Sometimes when you do this, you might catch something behind you. I probably won't see it right now, but I might see it when I redo the video. I know one thing. I hope these leaves aren't aggravating you to death. Well, the sun has set probably several minutes ago, and awful quiet here, so not really feeling anything. Sometimes you'll feel like you're being watched, and I'm not really getting that. The only time I felt a little bit strange was earlier when I heard those heavy steps and a knock, and then something making noises. I hear a dog barking. And don't know, it wasn't like there was one specific knock, and then those other things were just really weird. I hope the camera picked that up. So I'll be back. Back in, gosh, it has definitely gotten dark. I don't guess you can see me now. Let me turn this. But there's a tree structure, and if it wasn't so dark, I would go over there and figure out what that is. It's like a big giant X. I just can't tell from here whether it was like on purpose or just, you know, tree falling. I'm really bad about using equipment that I bought, but what I did do is just put my light on my camera so that I would, you know, like not look so red. It's amazing how, you know, I have lights, and I have a couple different lights. I have a couple different speakers and microphones. That's the word. I have microphones. I didn't really need the microphones today. Even in the restaurant, it was kind of quiet in there, so I didn't really need them. And but I have all kind of equipment, but I am the world's worst in just doing it and just improvising or whatever. But here I'm using my light. It looks much better, I guess.